Okay, what is up there YouTube? This is J-Man Time, and today I have a video on Ukraine's only forgotten submarine, to ever serve in the Ukrainian Navy since the end of the Cold War, and that is the forgotten submarine Zaporizhzhia, also known in Ukraine as the B-435, also known as the U-01. Zaporizhzhia is a Soviet-era Project 641 class of medium to large diesel-powered submarine that was constructed in Leningrad back in March of 1970. She was later launched in the same year of March of 1970 and completed in June of 1970. Zaporizhzhia served in the Soviet Black Sea Fleet all the way up until the year 1991. In the year 1997, she was transferred to Ukraine as part of a military cooperation between the newly formed Russian Federation and the state of the Ukraine. There, she served in the Ukrainian Black Sea Fleet all the way up until the Russian annexation or takeover of Crimea in March of 2014. Ever since the year 2014, she has pretty much been in the harbor of Sevastopol to this very day, being serviced and maintained by the Russian Black Sea Fleet. Now, the Russian government stated they would hand the submarine back to Ukraine once the war in the Donbass was over, but that statement was made way back in 2016 or 2017. Now, fast forward to the year 2022, there is a full-blown conflict happening between Russia and Ukraine, so the chances of the submarine being handed back to Ukraine is almost certainly not going to happen. If the submarine is handed back to a Ukrainian region, the submarine might end up being handed over to the newly formed state of Donetsk. Donetsk Republic, or People's Republic, is one of the newly formed states from the Ukraine-Russian conflict that declared its independence in 2014 and was recognized by the Russian government in February of 2022. Currently, the Donetsk People's Republic is currently building their own navy, and most of the navy is made up of either homemade patrol vessels or confiscated naval vessels taken from the defeated Ukrainian navy since 2014 and since 2022. So Zaporizhzhia might be handed over to the People's Republic of Donetsk. So let's go over some of the specifications of the Zaporizhzhia, or the Soviet-era Project 641 class of diesel-powered submarine. These vessels usually had a displacement of between 1,952 tons all the way up to 2,475 tons submerged displacement. They were powered by 3 Soviet-made 2D-42 diesel engines for surface action, and they were also powered by 1 PG-102, 1 or 2 PG-102 electric engines. The vessels had a speed of 16.8 knots surfaced and 16 knots submerged, and has a maximum service range of 30,000 kilometers or 8,100 nautical miles surfaced, or 400 kilometers or 200 nautical miles submerged. The main armament of the Project 641 are 10 533mm torpedo tubes, 6 bow-mounted torpedo tubes, and 4 stern-mounted torpedo tubes. They can carry between 22 and 32 torpedoes, or 22 to 32 naval mines. All Project 641 class of submarines had the RLK-101 Albatross radar, and some of these were upgraded to the MG-200 Arkika M radar or the MG-10 Kula radar, along with the Savd M sonars and the Nakit ECM sonar system. Each submarine has a crew of 77, and they had a maximum diving depth of 250 meters or 820 feet. Now, Ukraine only had one submarine. This was the only submarine to serve in the post-Soviet era Ukrainian Navy, and she is currently being held by the Russian Black Sea Fleet in the harbor of Sevastopol in Crimea, which Crimea is now considered either a separate republic or as a republic within the Russian Federation. And that's basically it. The Zaporizhzhia is the only Ukrainian submarine, but I highly doubt the Russians will hand the submarine back to the Ukrainians. Most likely it will be given to the Donetsk People's Republic or I've heard rumors that Russia is planning on turning the captured territories in the ongoing Ukraine conflict into another separate republic, or as a part of Russia, as part of an incorporated region of Russia. So either way, the submarine isn't going back to the current government of Ukraine, the US and NATO supported government. It will probably be handed over to either the pro-Russian separatists in Donetsk or whatever other republics the Russians decide to carve up out of southern Ukraine once the conflict is over. So what do you all think of this? The only Ukrainian submarine, the Zaporizhzhia, also known in Ukraine as the B-435 or as the U-01. What do you all think of this? Please tell me in the comment section below, and until next time, this was J-Man Time signing off.